listening to the AI Moment with me, Jonathan Wagstaff.
And me, Danny Denhard.
And Dan, what are we talking about today?
Today, we're going to dive into how Amazon have tackled their AI battle and how Amazon landing pages are the perfect example of what AI really wants. And that's a problem not only for AI, but also for Amazon, and seemingly how Amazon might win or lose this battle. So my little fun fact for listeners who are unaware, Amazon have completely blocked in their robot.txt file, they've completely blocked LLMs. So whether it's OpenAI, Claude, etc., Gemini, they're not allowed to technically crawl their website. It's technically blocked. Whether they follow it or not, Amazon have stopped them from doing it. Yet Amazon information does appear quite widely available within LLMs. So what's your sort of take on this, Jonathan?
Yeah, I think it's you know more about this than me. Let me say first of all. So I'm learning from you on this one as much as anything. But the way that Amazon product pages are structured is almost, we go back to the interview we did with Jeff about 2 or 3 months ago about the way AI shops, and the structured nature of the data on an Amazon product page is just almost could have been written for AI shopping agents, even though it was designed years ago and it's been built over time. Because you've got, they're structured, they're commercial, they're specific, they list the product attributes, they list comparisons with other products that are similar. There are buyer reviews on there are questions on there. There's all this stuff that the LLMs are looking for when they're trying to make their own mind up and recommend products to us. So you end up with this, the AI LLMs want Amazon's data, they can't have it, but actually in the way that they're operating at the moment, as you say, they seem to be getting some of it somewhere. And that may end up strengthening Amazon's position. You may end up with Amazon's shopping being the recommended by default because it's so big and so feature rich. So you may end up with this weird situation where even though Amazon is blocking it, and they may have thought this through already, Dan, of course, they're blocking the LLMs, but actually they win anyway. That's how it seems to me. Look, you know a lot more about this than me, so tell me where I've gone wrong there.
No, it's all right so far. The way that Amazon is structured and the way that they structure their data and their copy is the perfect example. They did it because so many other people couldn't do it, and they have all this corpus and this long history of data, so they can basically create the best pages and the best product pages that are ever available. And almost every one of their competitors has struggled with is creating the same set of information and data and landing pages that do it. I call it prime expectations. So what Amazon is uniquely good at is setting up prime expectations. So whether that is delivery within 4 hours, 24 hours, or when you want it, they're uniquely good at it. They're uniquely good at getting it to you. And other competitors have really struggled there. They've also been really smart in setting prime expectations from their landing pages, and then who works with them, they have to fall into their way of working. So if you sell on Amazon, they take 60%. So it is this really interesting way of dealing with it, and setting those expectations and long descriptions and comparison tables, etc., has enabled them to prime us as the users to buy from them.
Yeah, well, they're giving us all the things that we've shown them over time we want, right? For me, their mission over the last 20 years or more has been to take friction out of shopping. You look at every initiative they've got online, with the stores that they've acquired and started to open, just everything is take all the friction you can out of the buying process. And so that I think the way their pages have emerged over time is because we want to see reviews, we want to see product comparisons, we want to see related products, we want to see product data. And life has taught them over the last 20 years that they've honed and redesigned those pages till they give us exactly what we want to buy the product quickly. And of course, those things are the same things that the AI tools, the LLMs, are looking for to make their decisions about recommending as well. They may end up with a very, very strong position. The other thing I've heard of, and you tell me if you know about this, they're called Rufus. They're doing a thing called Rufus, which is their own AI shopping agent piece, as far as I can understand. But again, you may know more than me on that one.
Yes, it sits on the left-hand side on desktop, and it's also the bottom right on the app. It's their AI, and it converts sessions at 3.5 times the rate of traditional sessions. So
Wow.
yeah, it's just this optimized way of converting users. Some of their competitors, Walmart, have equally as impressive conversion rates, but it just shows you how AI can improve some of the user journeys. It can improve actually people discovering the products. Because one thing Amazon aren't particularly good at is in their search results. They're great at monetizing ads. They're not so great servicing their best products because it doesn't
Yeah.
serve them as well. So it's something that I think they've learned, and they've probably taught the industry really well, like Google has, around ads and servicing. But as we've said previously, they've got Alexa Plus, which is coming back out, and that's a natural extension of Amazon AI. I would say this will be the killer use case if they can nail voice and repeat purchases through voice and Alexa Plus products. I think that's where they're going to win big. But it just shows you how some AI companies or some companies have gone all in on AI and LLM tech, and others have decided, well, no, our brand, our experience, our touch points are far more important. And I think brands like Amazon, there's probably going to be ones like Disney, these generational brands that are going to just kick the door in and say to AI companies, nope, you can't come near us, and we're not going to let you do what you want to do. We're going to own this, and we want to own our customer journey.
You're back to owning the data and owning the customer and all that kind of stuff, as you say. I know a number of them work on that. I know there's also a number of third-party AI enablers for things like Shopify, and there's some decent numbers being talked about. They're sort of saying, 20, I've heard 15, 20, and 28% uplift in average order value by using AI, agents or add-ons to Shopify from various companies. So it's probably, if you're in the world of e-commerce, it's probably worth looking at, outside of the Amazon thing, it's worth looking at whether AI could help you uplift your average order value.
Yeah, Shopify said AI-driven orders are up 13x. AI traffic to Shopify stores are up 8x. And then Sidekick usage is 4x. So it just shows you, if you can be really thoughtful and you've got a good brand, if you're thinking of it as an extension and another channel, it can do great. Otherwise, you can put guardrails up to try and prevent it and ensure that your brand, your experience is something that you can control, and you want people to come back to your home and hub, which will be either your website or it's just a strong signal for the rest of us to either decide to go in or to stay out.
Well, I think the TLDR for me on this one is, the theory was that we're using LLMs to help recommend products to us, and even obviously start to build in buy agents into those LLMs. So you bypass everything, you're dealing directly with whoever is making the product. But actually, that would disintermediate Amazon. But actually, instead of disintermediating Amazon, AI might actually make Amazon's structured data they have more valuable. And so, the winners might be in it, like Amazon, the firms that already have got rich structured environments that they control the data, rather than flashy standalone models. So the AI via Amazon may turn into AI helping Amazon win, is my TLDR from this.
And my little extension to that of all your points is, often with experiences like Amazon and businesses like Amazon, what they're going to be doing is they're going to be using all of that information and all of that external noise and turn it into signal for them then to be so great that you're going to actually want to use LLMs to go through and purchase through them, and that actually on Amazon, or you decide, no, we know they're not coming up, we're going to go direct. So completely agree. And Andy Jassy and co have been super smart about it.
Indeed. Good to see you, my friend, and I will see you next time.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Thanks for listening today, everyone. If you liked what you heard, please give us a rating and review in any of the podcast players. We have a supporting newsletter, which is aimoment.co.uk, that comes out on Mondays and Fridays with every pod, and we dive a little bit deeper. So please subscribe there. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon.